علي ولي الله غضب العلوي تفجر الله أكبر حيدر 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 الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله لا إله إلا الله علي ولي الله غضب العلوي
Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to Bayat Ghadeer. This is your host Sayyid Ali. Once again today I have Sheikh Atabek with us. Sheikh, this is quite an interesting question and it's regarding akhlaq. Why is it important to maintain good akhlaq, especially when having discussions with other schools of thought, be it from the Shia school of thought, from the Sunni school of thought, or even with non-Muslim people, especially as you're aware when you see certain platforms, for example, places like Speaker's Corner, which is, people go there, they voice their opinions and views, and sometimes it can get very heated, where there can be exchange of words, even violence. How do we maintain good akhlaq, especially in light of the teachings of the Holy Prophet, may peace and blessings be upon him, the Ahlul Bayt, alayhi salam?
You again, as usual, you are touching very, very important, you can say, topics. One thing is very important for all of us to know. We are the people who are seeking the you can say, the path to paradise. We're not prophets, we're not gods. Okay? So that's very important. So it means that we are not seeing and sensing and touching the truth all the time. Understand?
Sure.
So I am similar to Darwin.
Sure.
In terms of searching.
Sure.
Understand?
Sure.
So no one should think that he gets revelation directly from God and whatever he says is the truth.
Right.
Understand? So that's why debate, it's nothing except helping each other to find that truth.
Seeking the truth.
Exactly. Look, believe me, I'm not going to mention the names.
Sure.
There was this person is very famous.
Sure.
And mashallah, when he makes a lecture, within a week time he gets 100,000 views,
Wow.
Very famous person.
Sure.
Salafi, etc.
Sure.
And then he was debating with scientists, atheist scientists.
Sure.
Can you believe that scientist was defending the position, Islamic position,
Right.
and the Salafi Sheikh was defending the atheism?
Wow.
Okay, and the Sheikh was thinking that that's what Islam is, and the scientist was thinking that he is crashing into Islam.
Sure.
But it was exactly the other way around. What scientist was saying, that's what Quran says.
I understand.
And that what that Sheikh was saying is exactly what is classed as kufr in.
Yes, I understand.
So average level scholar would know that.
Sure.
Do you understand? But then it came to the point that it became into the personal, from both sides.
Sure.
Even scientists started insulting, and even that Sheikh also,
Wow.
So look, that is really miserable, So regardless, sometimes it could be that the atheist may correct your understanding.
Sure.
So that's why, while having academic debate, we should not think that I'm here
Sure.
to reveal the truth.
Sure.
But me and my opponent, or let's say partner, we are here to help each other to find the truth, because
Sure.
we understood. So it's very possible that in my blind spot you have something which you can explain, and then I may compare it. Maybe I may take it or I may
Sure.
leave it.
Sure.
So that should be the intention. But if intention is taking revenge or building up your fame or to prove that you are great, so definitely there will be conflict and there will be insults and etc. Yeah. So, but if your intention is that you want to find the truth, so in that case you come to the debate
Sure.
with 50-50 belief. It's not 100%.
Sure.
50-50 means
Sure.
there is possibility that I could be wrong, and also there is possibility that you could be wrong also.
Sure.
So it's not that there is no possibility that I'm wrong. It's always you are wrong.
And there's a state, as you mentioned, there has to be a state of humbleness.
Exactly. Yeah.
In
yeah.
the person.
Yeah. And also, for example, because you are now mentioning about this Shia Sunnah
Sure.
debates,
Sure.
obviously I used to be very aggressive, you can say
Sure.
very extremist, you can say Salafi.
Sure.
So for me, in that time, I can recall it very clearly. For me, the top Shia scholars, I would look down on them, you know.
Sure. Sure.
But now, if I just think back, I say how stupid it was, you know. Okay, so regardless if it is Shia or if it is Zaydi, regardless, those people, senior scholars, they spent long time. Some of them, believe me, became top scholar, yet I was not born.
Wow.
Do you understand?
Sure.
So then so when I look back to that, okay, so I can assume how miserable was that condition, you know, looking down on the scholars of the other schools. Sometimes it's
Sure.
not, you know, the scholars who are alive, but even the scholars of the past. For example, have you heard about Sharif Murtaza?
Of course, famous.
This is giant, you know.
Yes.
Now when I read his books,
Amazing.
no, if he would be alive, definitely I would go to learn, to be his student.
Sure.
Okay, but believe me, among the people, okay, students, beginner students, when you mention these names, the Shia, you know,
Sure.
do you understand?
Sure.
Miserable. This guy is giant, you know.
Sure. Sure.
Do you understand? And also, I do believe that it's other way around. There will be some Jafari brothers and Zaydi
100%,
brothers.
100%.
When, for example, they speak about, let's say, Ghazali, for them it's just miserable
Yes.
kid with no knowledge.
Sure.
So it should not be like that, you know. Regardless what is the school of thought of this individual, if he spent a long time, so he deserves respect. He deserves that we should be listening to him.
Sure.
Maybe he may offer something that we never heard, and maybe that will be the actual pearl that we were searching for.
Sure. Sure.
Because the person spends 30, 40 years of teaching,
Sure, sure.
definitely he will have oceans of pearls,
Of course.
which can enrich my understanding. Understand? So that's very important, you know.
It's funny because it reminds me of the hadith from one of the Ahlul Bayt al-Islam that says, knowledge is the right of a believer.
Definitely.
So take
Exactly,
it. Take
yeah,
it
yeah.
back from wherever you see
Wherever
it.
is exactly, yeah.
So-
And even Rasulullah alayhi salam, of this hadith is classed as weak according to some scholars.
Right.
Rasulullah goes to the extension of saying, even if it is China,
Yes.
search for the knowledge. So it's not the behavior of a Muslim, okay, to neglect the knowledge, regardless whatever is the source.
Of course.
We're looking for it, and actually, human is created for the purpose of knowledge, as Quran very clearly states. And then you have big, great scholar,
Sure.
and you look down at him only because he opposes your school of thought.
yeah.
How stupid
Is this?
It's very
No,
childish.
Absolutely. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I've benefited from many books written by non-Muslim people
Exactly,
on the topic
exactly.
on the existence of God.
We are all humans,
Yes,
you know. We all search, you know.
Yeah.
So we help each other. So
Sure.
do not look at the school of thought of the other person. If he has something to offer you, take it and thank him also.
At the same time, we do have this level of, childish behaviour, you could say, to some extent, where people make, silly remarks and comments, or even takfir against the other school of thought on social media platforms. This type of behaviour is not just a problem for the Muslims itself, but, as you said, when outsiders see this, is this what they look at Islam and say, look at Muslims? Is this what the Prophet teaches?
That's very, very horrible conditions there, to be honest. So we, as like a Quran orders us to stay open and to contemplate and to take the truth, even learning from the nature, never mind the humans, but even from the rocks and from the mountains.
Sure.
So Allah ordered us to learn from that. So what do you think about top scholars?
Sure.
So just because they are from different school of thought, we do not learn from them. No, that's not. But sometimes it's possible that some scholar, okay, he has ideas which is about killing.
Sure.
Okay, so I'm sorry, I respect the scholars, but it's not what scholars should be doing, calling us to kill, you know.
Sure.
For example, we have this Majmu' al-Fatawa,
Yes.
full of killing fatwas, you know.
Sure.
I believe it's not permissible to...
Sorry, who's the author of that book?
Ibn Taymiyyah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that book should not go out to the public.
Sure.
And as far as I know, now they're translating it even into Russian, those languages.
Wow.
When it will be released, believe me,
There'll be repercussions.
there will be big mess. Because many people, they are like zombies, you know.
Sure.
They will be just programmed,
Sure.
and they cannot think out of that. They will start killing, you know.
Okay, so thank you very much for that, Sheikh. Hopefully the viewers have benefited from this particular segment. Once again, don't forget to like, subscribe and share. Assalamu alaikum, and inshallah see you soon.